Hi guys, so this is the first part of our talk we're going to have on hitting today. I have along with me Dane. He's going to be helping us out demonstrating. At the end of this talk, we're going to actually have some drills that we're going to show you that kind of go along with some of the things that we're talking about here with the hitting stance and your swing and everything that has to do with it. Basically, there's three parts of the swing that we're going to talk about. Three parts that we're going to kind of break down and really look at things that you're going to try to achieve, and also some things that may be mistakes and things that we can correct during this time as well. Anytime that you're swinging, just understand that there's all different types of styles out there. Guys start in all different ways. Some are really wide, some have their hands really high, some have them low. There's all kinds of different styles out there, but understand whenever the front foot comes down, everybody's going to or should be in the same position, and that's called our one position. So that's the first part of the swing that we're going to talk about, is how to get to the one position correctly and what's going to be most effective and why we get to that one position the way that we do. And then we're also going to talk about some mistakes, some common mistakes that happen during the one position. So Dane's going to take the bat here, and I'm going to kind of walk through what exactly we want to try to do during the one position here. So as the pitcher winds up, Dane's style is pretty simple. He's got his hands right around his shoulder level. His feet are pretty wide. They're not exceptionally wide. But once he strides, his stride is going to be about the length of the bat. So his bat's 33 inches long, so when his front foot comes down, it wants to be about 33 inches wide with the stride. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to try to create separation with his hands along with his stride. So in this position right here, he's going to try to create torque with his midsection. So about 18 inches right here is where he's going to create some torque. And the way he's going to do that, his front foot is going to be open slightly, and his hands are going to go straight back, just like that. See how both move at the same time? He's going to create separation. Hands go back as he strides. Now, at that time, he's going to have 50-50 weight on the right side and the left side. So he wants to make sure that all of his weight is in the middle of his body right here in a 50-50 position. And that's very important. Dane, let's go ahead and show a situation where the weight is too far back in the one position. A lot of guys I see, when they go back, they load up on that back foot. So when they load, they're back there. And what that's going to cause is what we call a leak. And we're going to talk a little bit about terminology here. A leak is when the head and the body go forward when that front foot comes down. Remember I said, once that front foot comes down, everything has to come to a stop. At that point here, his head will not move forward anymore after this. If it is, that's considered a leak. And what's going to happen there is that he's going to lose his torque, he's going to lose a lot of power, and he's just going to swing with his arms, and he's going to lose his legs. So we're really going to try to create torque in this one position. The other common mistake is when the shoulders turn and they go too far that way. What's going to happen there is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, and he's going to fly out of it, and his bat's going to actually come out from his body, and he's going to swing out and around, and that's what we want to stay away from. So if you can imagine the batter's box line, his hands want to stay pretty much in line with that batter's box line. So as that line's right there, his hands are going to be right along with that same line as the batter's box. It's not going to go back towards the dugout or back to a 45 degree. It's going to go straight back. So that's the one position that's very important that we want to try to do. Next part of the swing is the two position. This is when he's actually starting his swing, and he's going to create torque in this two position. The two position, the front heel goes down, the back heel comes up, and his hands stay back in this position. Notice his hips fire, and what he's creating here now is the torque that's going to actually, the abs are going to actually pull the hands. What we don't want to see in this position is the hands to leak with the back foot. We don't want to see that right there. Now he's lost all of his torque, all of his power, and when that front leg or that front heel comes down, the back heel comes up, and he's starting to swing, his hands have got to stay back to create this spring action right here, which is going to get his bat speed where it needs to go. So the two position is very important. We're going to show a lot of drills with that to get you guys used to using that two position and going forward with that. Another common mistake out of this is what we call an arm bar. A lot of guys mistake it. Go turn the other way, Dan. One of the common mistakes you see, an arm bar is not so much an arm bar here. It's when the arm bar comes out and around, creates an arm bar there. So we want to make sure that when we come forward, the hands stay as close to the shoulder, or the thumbs stay as close to the shoulder as possible as we start to swing into what we call our three position. Okay, so this takes us to the three position. Now we're in a swing path, and we call it a swing slot. If those hands stay right here close to the shoulder, we're in the slot. If they get away in the arm bars, we're out of that slot, and we don't want to see separation right here. Again, that's going to take away bat speed, power, and your bat's going to drag, and you're not going to get the barrel to the ball on time. So after the contact is made and the swing is done, we want to make sure we're very balanced in the three position as well. Contact is made. Here the head is going to be over the back knee. We notice a 45-degree angle from the toe to the head. The head is slightly behind the belly button, and he's going to finish on a very balanced position. Some common mistakes we see in the three position is that the head will be out in front of the belt buckle, and he won't have that 45-degree. His head's actually out in front. We want the chest back over the back knee to finish in that angle there. We want to stay behind the baseball and allow the hips to be out in front of the shoulders, the head back behind with the shoulders, and allow everything to come through with that. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about during the winter into the spring as we drill, so that you guys understand exactly the three positions that we're working on. And now we're going to go into and start to show the drills to start to work with the 1, 2, and the 3 position, and make sure that we make the corrections that we need to make so that you understand your swing and you know what's going to make you successful. All right, guys?
Try to really hold that 3 position, okay? Top hand, bottom hand. Here you go. Here you go. That's good, isn't it?
This is bottom hand?
Yeah. Okay, now put it all together, just do 2 swings normal.